Got the bond market opening up in, looks like just under 15 minutes at 8:20 Eastern Standard Time. I'm looking to get in on this euro at the previous top. So I'm going to place a basket of orders down there, and let's hope they fill me here. This stuff's going to last about, here I'm going to get in through this whole zone all the way to Memphis. This is the half-hour chart, and this has the, I marked off this internal. Well, it looks like they're going to take it up here, so I have to get on stops, the breakout of that. And then I'm going to sell up into the top of this at the previous, the treetops here. I figure there's stops sitting above here. And this looks like the big bum rush here because bond market's about to open. And I think they want to chase down the bears. Long-term position trader stop. So we're above the 110. So I'm going to pop up here. And this is the big round handle. There's a big wasteland between here and there. So I'm going to just cut through that and rip back about 50 pips because these are all sell limits and currently long, but looking to trade this pop if we get it. I guess here's the 30 minutes. We got to take out this triple top here. And right there, you kind of almost broke out on the half hour. You go to the 1 hour is the, it's just a double top. 15 minute, it's a little bit much for, it's a lot of work. Half hour is probably the best because most of the news comes out on the half hour, like the jobs report. So the rhythm of the market's kind of key to the half hour of volley, or whatever you want to call it. During this triangle phase here, it's a little more work because you really have to technically connect all the tops and bottoms here. Where if you do it on the 1 hour, it's just a little bit more, you know. But having a 1 hour and a half hour, say you had this guy set to the half hour world, or the 1 hour world here and the half hour here, then you're just one beat behind the market. And all your entries can pretty much be, when you're getting this bottom, you're getting this top within the bottom. And you just have to, because then it's a 90 minute, this may be a 180 minute top become a bottom. Looks like we're having a little issue cutting through that, but you still got 10 more minutes left before you get the push, the attempt to cut through that mess there. This flag, and you can see this flag here, kind of a, yeah, it's kind of distorted up here. I guess it's a what you call it, opening triangle that expanding. Volatility certainly perking up there. And earlier here was a nice scalp entry for, if you had a buy limit sitting right at this top. Well, I guess you didn't get filled on that. I guess you'd have to go with the very top there. But if that was the point, see, a lot of people bought this bottom here. If you're down on a 5-minute chart, you know, a 1 minute chart, this top is a bottom on one of these because there's really no wicks on a 1 minute chart. It's almost like the tick chart. And in the tick chart, this bottom just became a top. And now we're going to, if we violate that, that'll be the key. Okay, looks like we're going to go up. Now, how far are we going to go up? That's the problem. I really do want to, I'm just greedy, so I want to go smacking up into this order bank. I mean, that would be a beautiful thing for it to explode out of here, cut all the way through, start selling as I'm taking profits. So I'm taking profits all the way here, and I'm trading both the up and down beat of the market. And it's kind of possible here because of this 8 minutes left before the bond market really opens and they're able to trade good old-fashioned U.S. debt out of Chicago. At least I think they're still doing it. I haven't checked lately, but even if they don't, it's so funny that when there's no news at 8:30 in the morning, this market goes nuts because I just figure there's a lot of timed algorithm traders that trade off the half hour. So the top of the bottom of the hour is real scalper mosh pit of just people in and out, up and down, boom, boom, and then it's just like something blew up, and then at the end of that, if that's distorted your moving averages, or that's most moving averages couldn't keep up with that kind of volatility in such a small space of time. But yeah, the 1 hour, if you're trading the 1 hour breakouts, you're not getting too hurt. This never made a higher high until you got picked up here. So if you kept dropping, buy stops that only last an hour, you only got filled on this last one. Or say the buy stops last for 2 hours, because you can set 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24 now. We couldn't set the, you just open that up, of course, when you go to compile the file, of course, you don't see the, okay, we're about to break out this half hour triangle while we don't even have a double top here. We just have a swing low into this previous, which was kind of like the low risk entry to buy in there. If you had a penny sitting there, you probably wouldn't get filled. And even down here, when the market really starts to accelerate, this double bottom doesn't get retested, unfortunately. It's just too much of in a hurry to get there, and it's running out of time. So we only got that 20 pip pullback last night. It wasn't even that. It was just this drift down, and now looking to clear the trees on this daily, and on the weekly, you're hunting down these 4 tops into this big bottom, and I don't know. It looks like we might be able to pop up there on the bonds open and then rip back, and then, I don't know, wait for the market to calm down into another triangle. Certainly a low risk technique, even though they could still pop this out, then rip it all the way back through the floor here. Seen that. You can rip it back through the floor right now, even before the bonds open. And that's the other big problem, is that it looks so overbought here on the daily. It's like the first big rally on the daily of the euro. And boy, it sure looks like it's itching to go after that. But then again, we might come all the way back to retest this, which would be another unbelievable. Of course, if this is really the trend line, we can start building a channel off of this, then I suppose it's totally possible that you would if this is true, then copy this and create your target off this channel. I didn't quite draw that at the perfect angle there. Let me see. I guess that's not bad. Yeah, project up into that, which if it coincides with this like under over kind of way you would draw a trend line, you could draw a trend line like let me just start over there like this. This, you extend this out in the future, this would be the future resistance. Certainly this is going to be a big resistance, and this being the first target, 200 pips above. So, okay, looks like we're itching to take out this top. Now you got 4 minutes and 50 seconds for the bonds open. Looks like they're going to rip it up here. When the bonds open, I'm hoping it comes ripping back, because this is my fantasy world of great riches in a very small period of time. And it does happen. You just would have to only trade, you have to trade a different size, I think. You could be a trend trader, probably on a different trading account, because if this pops up like 30 pips, I probably would. Well, I'd love to be selling up in this thing, so that's why I put the orders there. Of course, it's just some of the stuff you always wonder. It looks so painfully. Once it becomes something that you can see, I guess in a paranoid term, you would think everybody else can see it, and therefore you're thinking, well, gosh, I should probably get out of this trade. It's so like, this is the dumbest trade I ever saw in my life. Like, it's going up. There's a flag. You all know the signal. But I don't know. How many times have you seen it come up here, break out to here, and then come smashing back? How many times, you know? And I guess if you've had that happen to you with a big position, now that's permanently burned in your brain, and now you're gun shy for every painfully obvious setup. Whereas the ones that look like it's kind of iffy, you think, oh, I'm seeing something nobody else sees. I'm gonna take this trade because either it's a contrarian trade or it is with the trend, and you're the last guy in. You know, you're the very, like even here, you know, this thing's come a long way, and so you're 5 pips above. So I kind of take some profits right here. I'm tempted to get out here because look at resistance. So I get out here and now reload because they've still got 3 minutes left. I'm going to get back in almost where I was at, but slightly below or with limits now. And because this may come ripping back, this is a real tricky, these flags, there's so many fake attempts to, there's already been, this would be the third attempt to take out this high. So you may have to reshuffle the deck one more time. So I'll aggressively buy underneath. So if it does break out, pulls back, and then it goes smashing north. But for a lot of times, you know, if you can make 10, 20 pips during this phase before anything ever happens, you're still making money. Okay, let's just okay. It looks like looks like a potential. We're right up against the borderline here, and pop out, rip back. This is where I would be buying on pullback limits only. So right now I'm flat, and I can capture about 30 pips of pullback there, and then if that fails, because I've seen that before, where it literally comes off this top, you're getting a double top on the 1 hour, comes smashing back to earth. So I want to be like buying crazy deep here, unless it is one of these trickery moves. But I think it's just human nature that all the buy stops that are here, it's going to become overbought instantaneously. So that's why I want to sell pretty far north up in here. So, okay, here we go. So we're going to take out this top. Now you got the bond market's going to open up in 1 minute. So now this is the scariest part. Well, the most difficult, if you're in profits, do I get out? Like, is this a place to sell? I think the thing to think about is, would you sell here? A lot of people wouldn't. So if you are long, you're sitting in it. But the more time goes on, every minute is important at this point, because the thing could completely turn on you like a Doberman. So that's why I got flat. If it comes back, picks me up on this giant order bank, which only lasts for 15 minutes to a half hour. Okay, here's a 1 hour order bank. If it does come flying back into this pocket, and then it really goes up, like it always does, that seems like a classic. Like, here's a breakout of a triangle, comes back, then it flushes out all of these people. In other words, you broke this trend line. Like, if you drew this trend line, you broke out, and that's an overeagerly built trend line. You broke this, so this qualified, right? You broke out, you pulled back to the broke out line, right? You buy at the market. You put a stop in down here. Uh-oh, you're pissed. That was just 2 days ago. It happens all the time. So here was the same scenario here this morning. You have a tight stop here. 1 pip. Ouch. Okay, now this is the breakout. Almost going to happen. Well, right now I'd say